Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly wrap only on KENS 5 Plus. I'm your host, Audrey Castoreno. We want to bring you some of the biggest stories of the week so you can stay informed in your inner circle. At number 5, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick firing back after Governor Abbott vetoed a bill banning THC products in Texas. The governor made the decision late Sunday night, just minutes before the veto deadline. Senate Bill 3 would have banned consumable hemp products containing THC. Governor Abbott says the bill would not have survived legal challenges in court. Now the governor is calling a special session for lawmakers to draft regulations for hemp products. The THC bill was a top priority for the lieutenant governor, who fired back during a news conference.
In reading the proclamation, one can only come to this conclusion, which surprises me. The governor of the state of Texas wants to legalize recreational marijuana in Texas.
A special session called by Governor Abbott is set to begin July 21st. At number 4, a topic that's divided parents across the state. Governor Abbott has officially signed a bill into law that bans cell phones and other personal communication devices in Texas classrooms. One local high school is one step ahead. This past school year, O'Connor High School ran a pilot program taking away phones from students during class. Here's what the principal, Robert Martinez, had to say about the results.
Early data showed that we had 1,000 less failures at the semester in terms of credits. So that, again, saved a lot of time for our teachers in terms of having to reteach. And then our state data, the EOC STAR testing, our numbers were at the top of the district.
Martinez says STAR test results also showed major improvements with more students meeting and mastering subjects. Behavior also improved and truancy went down. To hear how students feel about the program, click on this story on KENS5.com. Artwork is an expression of emotion and can bring attention to any issue the artist desires. In this week's Healthy Essay, Jeremy Baker introduces us to one woman who, with every stroke of her paintbrush, brings attention to a very common medical issue.
That condition is one you may have, arthritis. It is considered the #1 cause of disability in the U.S., affecting tens of millions of people. And just like any other chronic condition, those with arthritis need support, not just from those they know, but also people they don't know.
Kind of just started there with prints and stickers, and now I've done everything from like a bathing suit line. I've expanded into mural work.
Artist Alana Tiller owns A Little Scribble.
My scribbles, they're all about representing people and different faces, different humans, and connection.
Tiller was recently contacted by the Arthritis Foundation to be a part of Green Heart Fridays, artwork created by local artists as a part of a larger effort to raise awareness and show support for the millions living with arthritis.
People need a voice for all sorts of things, and the Arthritis Foundation is a beautiful cause.
About 1 in 5 people in the U.S. suffer from arthritis. More women have arthritis than men, with 21% reporting the condition as opposed to men reporting 18%. Arthritis increases with increasing age, from just under 4% in adults aged 18 to 34 to 54% in those aged 75 and older. For Tiller, the partnership with the foundation was a perfect fit because she has many family members with the condition.
One is my dad, but also I found out I have several other family members who have it as well, so like my grandfather and a couple other extended family members.
Tiller hopes this story lifts those with arthritis up, not just strangers, but her family too.
Giving them more exposure to the foundation was really kind of a sweet addition to this collaboration.
For more about Green Heart Fridays and the Arthritis Foundation, just head to this story on KENS5.com. Jeremy Baker, KENS 5.
Love that. The weekly wrap is back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
A broken vehicle fixed after 5 months of no help.
KENS 5 made it 100% better.
A busted windshield fixed after getting the runaround from a contractor.
And you guys did it. Y'all were amazing.
A much-needed tax refund this man couldn't access. Yep, fixed.
KENS 5 actually helped me out quite a lot, actually.
Have a consumer problem you can't solve? Call KENS. Weekdays at 6 on KENS 5.
Got a problem, call KENS. They will solve the problem.
My name is Sue Kalberg, and I am a journalist for KENS 5 for 22 years. I think it's been an awesome privilege to be able to work in the town that I grew up in. My uncle, Rex Stanley, was the very, 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 very first guy hired at KENS 5. From the beginning, I said, you can get paid for that. Let me in. It fills my heart to be a part of the KENS family, because the KENS family is the San Antonio family. I am San Antonio's own Sue Kalberg.
We want to get you breaking news right now.
Here, let me show you the police activity. New insight into a deadly police shooting.
We just got an update from fire officials. We'll continue to keep you updated.
Stream extended coverage, live or on demand, right here on KENS 5+.
Welcome back. At number 3 in our countdown, the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is making a controversial change, ending its specialized services for LGBTQ+ youth next month. So starting July 17th, the Press 3 option, which connected LGBTQ+ young people to trained counselors, will be removed. Federal officials say the change is meant to serve all callers equally. Advocates warn the change could put lives at risk. Since launching in 2022, the LGBTQ+ program has helped nearly 1.3 million people. The move comes as the Trump administration proposes cutting its funding in the 2026 federal budget. At number 2, Sean Diddy Combs is one step closer to learning his fate in court as both the prosecution and defense team rested their case this week. The jury has heard more than 6 weeks of testimony from 34 witnesses, including ex-girlfriends, former employees, and law enforcement agents. Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges that include sex trafficking and racketeering. All right, coming back to some local news. Italy may be thousands of miles away, but you don't have to go that far to find some genuine Italian dishes. And this week's Neighborhood Eats, digital reporter Darcy Ramirez stopped by a restaurant on the far north side that's quickly becoming the local hotspot for some good pasta.
So this kind of pasta you won't find at other places?
I mean, you find the basics names, like bolognese, pesto, but we always like to tweak whatever we can just to make it our own.
I don't know about you, but I love Italian food. That's why I'm here at Tutto Pepe on the far north side. Now let's go see why their pasta is highly praised by customers.
Owner Charlie Gonzalez says his great-grandmother was Italian and taught his grandma to make authentic pasta dishes.
So I guess some of that passed on to me as well. Our dishes are fresh, made from scratch, so it resembles a lot of home cooking.
So we put that authenticity to the test with Charlie's favorite, their bolognese.
Something unique that we do here, we serve it with a little bit of croutons. It's just nice as you're eating the pasta, to have that one crunch.
I would never have thought to put croutons on a pasta, but it works.
Next was their pesto pasta, made with pistachios.
I want a whole bowl of that. Definitely my favorite, yeah.
Finally, their tiramisu, made in-house by Charlie's mother.
Perfect. You need to give your mom a round of applause. That's really good.
I left happy and full, and I definitely plan to return to Tutto Pepe.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Darcy Ramirez, Neighborhood Eats.
All right, adding it to my list. Stick with us. The weekly wrap is back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
talked to this police officers, and she told me to call Ken 5.
Every week, Ken's 5 is looking out for San Antonio's own.
The next day after you left, they sent a professional AC guy, and my AC is working now.
If you've been wronged by someone,
It was shocking. Clearly something went wrong.
or a business,
I couldn't believe it was happening.
just call Ken's. Weekdays at 6, only on Ken's 5.
I got my vehicle back. I'm rolling again, so call Ken 5 to help you if you need help too.
Born and raised on the northwest side of San Antonio, Texas. Generations of my family have been from this part of Texas. I have Fiesta roots, I have Spurs roots, I have Texas Fighter roots. Played basketball at Clark. Basketball was a huge part of my life for 16 years. My comfort dish, a plate of chilaquiles with salsa verde. I grew up watching Ken's 5. I am who I am because of this beautiful city. I hope that they can find a sense of pride knowing that their creation is helping deliver them the most important news of the day. I'm Alicia Nieves, and I'm proud to be from this beautiful city.
If you want a meal that will make you say,
So good!
that is fantastic, catch Neighborhood Eats, where we find the best local restaurants. Streaming now on Ken's 5 Plus.
Welcome back to the Weekly Wrap. In this week's Quick Hits, Meredith Haas brings new information on life on Mars and more.
Building homes on Mars could become a real thing, and they could grow themselves. Researchers are looking at creating a synthetic habitat that would use local resources and microbes to just build these structures on the red planet. It's still in the works, so it might take a little while to get there. And a certain fungus fighting cancer that's found in tombs. Basically, researchers are modifying the molecules and chemicals in this crop fungus, yes, found in ancient tombs, and they're testing them against leukemia cells. And saving the earth with tree roots. Apparently they go deeper than we think. And because of that, they're storing carbon that could actually help climate change. Thank you for watching this week's Quick Hits. I'm Meredith Haas.
Wow, so interesting. All right, and at number 1 in our countdown, President Trump is back in Washington from the NATO summit, saying his administration plans to meet with Iran next week. But he made headlines for a blunt comment on the conflict between Israel and Iran just days after ordering strikes on Iranian nuclear sites. Israel and Iran are holding to President Trump's ceasefire agreement for now after a very rocky start. Appearing with NATO leaders in the Netherlands, the president spoke candidly about the long-running tensions in the Middle East.
Basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Meanwhile, a preliminary U.S. intelligence assessment suggests last weekend's strike may have only delayed Iran's nuclear program by a few months. However, President Trump is refuting those findings. Israel backed up the president, saying the U.S. and Israeli strikes set back Iran's ability to develop nuclear weapons by several years. All right, well, thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the Weekly Wrap, only on Ken's 5 Plus. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.